you ain't gang, you can't hang.
Loco with it, do love.
Gang. If you ain't talking money, you gotta get out. If you ain't talking bread, baby, you gotta bounce. Smoke out a pack, roll up an ounce. North side of Houston, kkinng of the South. You can get hit, popped in the mouth. I send a hit right to your house. Straight out the trenches like Kevin in the house. Look, just caught a body.
Coming to y'all with a reaction, you feel me? This is out on the ATF bracing. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? This video is on the ATF banning of the brace and all of that, bro. Been doing my little research, but I feel like this video will just help put everything all in. You know what I'm saying? All the information in one. So we're gonna get into this video.
Win in the pistol brace ruling, and I wanted to give you guys an update, so let's go over this real quick. Let's do the 30-second breakdown real quickly. The Fifth Circuit has been ruling to decide if Judge O'Connor abused his discretion when ruling against the injunctions. They're sending it back down to the district court, which is great news, and they advise that the FPC will likely win this case, which is fantastic news, which means we should be good to go with our braces here soon. They withheld the injunctions for another 60 days, so you are good to go for another 60 days with your braces. So do whatever you want with your rifles for now, for another 60 days until Judge O'Connor makes another decision. Is it absolutely locked in that we won? No. But is it really, really good news and a really high probability that we will? Absolutely. So this is great news. So before we get to the full review, going over all the details, I'll give you guys all the information from the actual case and what the FPC put out. I want to get into the full video and go over all the details about this and what to do in the next 60 days. So let's do a brief recap for those of you that might have missed all of my previous videos. So when this all started, the ATF originally said pistol braces were good to go. You were fine to have a pistol brace rifle on a less than 16-inch rifle, which is something like this, or multiple rifles behind me. And they said, you're good to go. And they did that for years, and it was okay, and everybody did it, and they sold millions of these things. And people have these, and they've been in circulation for a long time. Then the ATF decided, okay, on June 1st of 2023, these are now going to be illegal. They gave us a grace period. They said you have this many months to be able to register your braces. You had free tax stamps, which I think was silly because tax stamps shouldn't be a thing. You shouldn't have to pay for that. Should be free to start with. It shouldn't even be a thing. The NFA should be completely eliminated. But they said it's free, so you could do your free SBR. So shame on you if you did that. You were able to SBR this, and you would do it free and wait the whatever time period. Then all of a sudden, these injunctions came into play. The FPC was one of the first. Maximum defense was a handful.
Wait the time period, bro. There's people out here waiting like 9 months, still waiting to get approved, bro. Y'all gonna have fun waiting.
Other ones that did these injunctions to allow you to still have your braces while the court cases were going on, because they sued them because they said that's ridiculous. That's not, you can't do that. So that gave us kind of a buffer. We greatly appreciate these foundations for doing that, because without the FPC and people like that, that might have never happened, and they would have just taken it away. So that is why we give our money to these places and donate, because they are out there doing that hard work and being able to fight for our rights. So make sure you're picking the right organizations. There's some that didn't really step up to the plate until everybody else did. We won't say their name. I'll keep my opinion on them aside, but there were some great organizations that stood up and did some awesome work. So we appreciate them for doing what they did and getting us to the point we are with braces. During this time, there was a lot of confusion because people were like, okay, well, I'll just remove my brace and I'll be fine. Like, I'll just set it aside and we'll be good to go. And there was a lot of, I don't know, back and forth on if that was even legal or not. If you could do that, if you couldn't do that, if you were still going to be charged. And then the ATF director came out and said, no, absolutely, you can just store it aside and you're fine. Like, just do that.
He did. And then went back and said that you can't, bro. It needs to be contradictory.
Simply, we wrote the rule to make it easy to comply with. If somebody just at their home detaches the weapon from the brace and keeps them apart, they do not have to register anything. They can keep the brace, they can keep the business end of the gun.
And everyone was like, okay, like that makes sense. Okay, that at least gives us an option that isn't like brace it or burn it and destroy your gun, which was silly. And at least gave people a sense of like relief. Like, okay, I can just remove this and wait to see what happens, because I don't want to just...
Hey, side note, my bad, I'm getting off topic. So y'all see his sight? You see how it's right above
destroy this? I don't want to get rid of it, because...
right above the dust cover, or right above the bulk carrier group. See, I thought about that. Come on. But when I do that, bro, like, all the smoke that come out of that hole, it literally goes straight into my eye, bro. Like straight up and into my eye, bro. Like, so I kind of moved it a little forward, because also I have the flip up iron sights on there. and I had to move it a little bit forward, so it's more like on the upper instead of connected to the lower. It's more on the upper now. I'm wondering, bro. Nah, it don't even matter. They don't even matter. It's all off.
Because I paid a lot of money for this to be compliant, and then you're now going to tell me I'm not compliant. You're going to tell me I have to destroy it. You're going to throw away $150 and then make me pay a tax stamp to be able to then SBR it just for you to then say they're legal again? And then they went out and said, oh, what the director said actually isn't true. That's not how this works. You can't do that anymore, and you would be a felon. You have to get rid of this completely. It has to be completely separated and destroyed or removed or completely out of the place of firearms that it could potentially be turned into a pistol, which is wildly ridiculous because I have a lot of stocks in here and I have a lot of pistols in here that potentially could be SBRs if I just took this off and put the stock on. So it's absolutely ridiculous they even mentioned that and then tried to backtrack and say that wasn't a thing you could do. I'm sorry, I get really frustrated when I talk about this, so I'm trying.
You good, bro. I understand your frustration. I completely understand, bro, because the nigga sound like a nut. Like, when you invested money into this stuff, bro, this stuff ain't cheap. These gun parts ain't cheap. So when you invested a lot of money into this stuff, bro, and they ain't gonna say one thing and then go back and tell you another thing and then try to tell you that you have to go register to do that one thing, and then to do that one thing, you gotta wait 9 months. And it's like all this time going by, bro, it's like, bro, what? You still waiting to try to register your gun for SBR. You still got the brace. You ready to connect that mud back anytime. You wait 9 months. Within them 9 months, you could be labeled as, you could be put in jail and they label you a felon. You know what I'm saying? Just because you waiting for your tax stamp to come in or waiting to be approved. It's just a bunch of foolery, bro.
Trying to
No, I ain't gonna tell y'all to do that.
Bring it down so I can just give you guys the information, but it just irritates me because they're messing with people's lives. This isn't just them saying, okay, this is something that we don't think you should do, or maybe this should be safer for the children or schools or mass shootings. This is literally them saying, we're gonna mess with you and dangle 10 years of federal prison in front of you if you don't comply with what we say. And oh, by the way, we're gonna change our mind halfway through it and confuse you even more and continue to make this a really difficult process. So it's really frustrating, especially when I own a business associated with this. So I don't want to be uncompliant because my family's livelihood and my business kind of relies on this as well. So it's just frustrating the way they're playing with people's lives because you could potentially be sent to prison over something as silly as a pistol brace. So let's get back into the recap. Then the first came around and the injunctions.
Hey, just imagine it. Hey, bro, what you in jail for? Shit. Nigga, the ATF came because I didn't want to take my pistol brace off my AR. Damn, nigga, I killed 10 people. Damn. Yeah, all I did was with that pistol brace. Like, you got 10 years just because you ain't want to take a pistol brace off. Like, nigga,
it's held us over. The Fifth Circuit took it over, and we're trying to decide if Judge O'Connor abused his discretion when saying that you can't have the injunctions, which then they send it back to him saying he did. So now that he gets to do another ruling, so it's really back into his part, but it's great to see that it got kicked back. That is a really, really good sign that they're like, that doesn't seem to fly. And they said that PC will likely win this, which is fantastic. So I'm going to share with you guys some screenshots here. This is straight from the FPC's website, all the information from this. With court stuff and legal stuff, it's so confusing because of legal jargon and all that stuff. That's why attorneys are paid so much money, because they understand all the goofy stuff that you have to go over. But there's just a lot of legal crap that is really confusing. Make it as simple as possible in these videos and at least give you guys updates of what's going on. So where we're at right now is we have 60 days of an injunction that the Fifth Circuit ruled that we have, or until Judge O'Connor makes a new decision. I would imagine it's going to be before that 60 days. So don't think 60 days from this time of the video, because it was yesterday, we're good to go. No, it's until Judge O'Connor makes another decision. So we'll have to see what his new decision will be, and at that time, we'll have new information. I'll give you guys another video of what we have to do. So within this 60-day period, you are still covered under the injunctions as long as you are covered under the FPC, the Second Amendment Foundation, all those other organizations that were listed in the previous videos. So there's a really large amount of people that are covered. If you aren't under those organizations, I highly recommend that you do donate to them. Again, I will reiterate, like I've done in my previous videos, I do not think you should have to pay an organization to keep your rights. I agree with that. I think it's ridiculous, and I don't think we should be put in this position that we have to do that. But with that being said, I think it is important to donate to these organizations that are standing up for our rights because they are doing really good work, and it's like $10. So I will gladly give $10 to an organization and continue to donate to these people because they're doing really good work. I ended up saying that the rule that the ATF came up with was interpretive and not legislative, which is what everybody was saying. I mean, it's literally an interpretation of what the ATF thinks is a pistol versus not a pistol. There just wasn't really any concrete information to really know, okay, yeah, I have something illegal or not. There's always been that question, lingering question of, are these legal? And then they came out and said yes, and then all this happened. So it's just really a back and forth, and they kind of are trying to put this in their ballpark of being like, oh, we could just make our own decision and tell you yes or no. So the ATF is doing some shady stuff. Be aware of what's going on. The best thing you can do is continue to stay updated. These are your rights. This is potentially your future as well. If you have one of these, even if you don't have one of these, it's good to stay.
Matter of fact, bro, I'm gonna just be honest. I was gonna say it earlier, and I'm gonna just say it now because this nigga gonna like talk. Bro, talk about the Alphabet Gang and their decisions and how they gonna try to basically tell you what is and what isn't. You know what I'm saying? What you have to do with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it plays into the government's complete total control. You know what I'm saying? This is just one small factor, bro. They taking away your defense. This is your home defense right here. They telling y'all, bro, y'all cannot have this. Y'all cannot. We're gonna tell y'all this. We're gonna take away y'all gun rights. We're gonna do all of this. They gonna do it first. And once they take that away from y'all, they gonna take control of y'all household. You know what I'm saying? They gonna tell you what you can and can't do. If they gonna have all the guns and the braces and stuff, and if you don't comply with what their rules is, they gonna come kick down your door. And they gonna come make you follow the rules, or they just gonna wipe you out. Simple as that. After they took away your guns, what you gonna fight with? You know what I'm saying? Unless you Samurai Jack, you finna cut some bullets apart. You ain't doing shit. So like I'm saying, bro. Honestly, bro, do what y'all gotta do. You feel me? My opinion, I say Alphabet Gang, y'all just a bunch of phonies, a bunch of scam artists, just like the rest of the world, to be honest. But shit. I'm gonna do me, y'all do y'all, you feel me? It's up to y'all if y'all want to comply with this stuff, but he just gave y'all the rundown and gist of what's going on with this case and everything going down with it, you feel me? So I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you for tuning in, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to go check out his videos, y'all can go check out the rest of his videos, everything, but you know what I'm saying? We basically already got the rundown. This is already information that we kind of knew already. If you didn't know, well, hope you know a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And he gave y'all the websites. Y'all could definitely research it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's just a lot of BS information that's just getting passed down. It's just saying the same thing, bro. Like, honestly. So, hey, if you were done on that, I think you should stay tapped in with this information. It's gonna be real helpful. Like I said, I appreciate y'all for watching. お前はもう